Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. My beautiful bovine babies, we are going to look at the mask that you wear. So here's the thing. I started with a particular set of decks when I was doing this, and I sat down to do your reading with the L-Key deck. What's at the bottom here? She Who Dreams, Escape Dreams and Fantasy. I don't know. It's really funny because I started to do your reading with that deck, and then there was a message that came out that was a phrase from another deck. And I stopped in the middle of the reading. And I said, no, I got to get this phrase right. And I went to the deck. It's my Starseed Oracle deck. And then I was only 2 cards into your spread with the other deck. And no, I'm supposed to do this reading with this deck. That's why I'm hearing this phrase. I never found the card anyways. I know it's in there. They were all upside down. Anyways, so here's the thing. You're getting this reading with the Starseed Oracle deck. And yeah, okay, we're going to put some practical shit in there too. We're going to do the Everyday Rider-Waite Tarot, teeny tiny. So I don't know where this is going to go. I've never done this spread with this deck, but I'm being called to do it. So here we go. We're going in Taurus, and we're going in deep. So the mask you wear and who you really are. Let's see where this goes. Cracked open. Rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Ooh, it's going to be something. It's going to be something, this one. Okay, here we go. The universe is switching the gears on us right in the middle of the day. Because Aries had those cards. They were fine with that. No, Taurus needs something different. This general Taurus, it may or may not resonate. If it doesn't, you're drawn to it. There is an extended, and the link to that is at the top of the description within this video. All right, Taurus. I'm really curious about where this is going to go. I just kind of going blank and opening up here. I feel like this could be esoteric. I feel like this could be deeply spiritual. Who you really are. The cosmic heart. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. Wow. This is so beautiful, Taurus. Oh, here. I'm so drawn in by it. I'm hearing you are potent. I am hearing that you are potent. You have strong devotion. And with these two energies, quite capable of making the things that you pray and hope for a reality in your life. Very spiritual. Make your life a moving prayer. This also feels like that you have a very strong capacity to be grateful for everything that you have in your life, to practice gratitude as you move forward. Like, so that's part of prayer, is giving thanks. Also, you know, people kind of pray for, like, often a couple of 2 main things. People will often pray because they will thank for something, and people will also ask for something. So that's often what a prayer is. It's one of the two. So, and you see how that affects, like, you've received, so you're thankful. And you are looking for more, so you ask. I like it. Why not? Okay, so the mask that you're hiding behind. Earthed. No! This is the phrase I was looking for when I first tried to record your reading with this one. Earthed. Learning how to be human. In the world, but not of it. Oh, you are in this world. Let me tell you. You are. But this is a mask that you're wearing. I can't believe that came out. I had a feeling it would. I kind of had a feeling it would. That was the phrase I was looking for. I wanted to get it just right. Okay. Learning how to be human. In the world, but not of it. This is a mask you wear. You are pretty freaking human. Well, aren't we all? I mean, you really are. But now, okay, I feel like, I mean, we're all cosmic. Come on. This, like, we're in the universe. We're on a little spaceship that's spinning around in the universe here. We're, like, really traveling really fast through the universe right now. So we are all astronauts, right? But Like you are, like who you are deeply connected to that universe, but you were kind of grounded it here on earth. So I think, like, because the mask to me represents kind of how people are on the surface perceiving you. So they might perceive you as really, really spiritual. They may not realize how connected to being human you really actually are, which is kind of a weird thing. It seems kind of odd. Maybe it seems like you struggle a lot with earthly things, with being human, that you seem to be much more in the cosmos than grounded here on earth. No. Okay. Because with this card, okay, so here's the thing. With this card, like who you really are, no. It's the perception of what being human is supposed to be. It's wrong. I'm getting like it's wrong. It's wrong. So most people are not living a human being life as a human being life was meant to be lived. That's why you were perceived as having a struggle with being human. There's a fucking answer. There it is. So this is it. This is it. This is what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be potent. You're supposed to be devoted. You're supposed to make your life a moving prayer. You're supposed to ask. You are supposed to receive. You are supposed to be grateful. You're supposed to be all of that. And all this other shit, I don't know. No. But like, so maybe a lot of people are still involved in gossip. A lot of people are still involved in there's not enough for everyone, or people are still like, there all of these things that are sort of like lower vibration. Maybe you don't go there, or you have difficulty going there. I love this reading for you, Taurus. This is so awesome. I love this. Yeah. You guys got it going on, but people don't recognize. They're like, oh, it's so hard for Taurus. They're such a sweet little starseed. Oh, Christ, no. It's just like, y'all aren't living right. I feel like you just have, oh, it's very Hierophant. It's pure Hierophant. It's Hierophant that is not tainted. And a lot of the tarot decks, I see that tainted. You know, you see this person with their cross and their book, and they're asking people to kneel in front of them. That's the biggest crock of shit I did see. So I like it. I like it. I like this. I like this, Taurus. Okay, why you hide your true self? Empathic starseed. Because you are, but you know how it's supposed to be. Energetic sovereignty. Absorbing what's not yours. Because you don't want that shit. You know it's not what's supposed to be the experience. This is brilliant. Thank you, universe, for telling me to use these cards for Taurus. This is brilliant energy. You're hiding this. No, this is absolutely. You know how to live, or what is meant to be a human life here. It is not meant to be so many of the things that humanity has created for itself that they are caught up in. And why do you hide? Okay, so people may be thinking, you know, don't ask Taurus to get involved with that, or give Taurus their space, or that's good. I think that's good for you, because you're protecting yourself energetically. You're not absorbing that shit. Because almost it's like you have a mission. It's like you have a mission here. But I think the mission is not just about yourself, but it is to show others how to be potent and devoted. And I think too, like, I want to say it, even as myself, like devotion and prayer. If I put those two words together, I get a cringe. I get a cringe because it's sort of what's been already created in society for humankind. That you need to bow down to a god, you need to cower to a god, you need to be humble. And then these people represent that god. These people represent your outlet to speak to that god. You need to be devoted. Like, there's a lot of that. But no. This is like allowing everyone to see that they have the connection. They don't need anybody standing in their way. You know, I like this. This is reminding me of, I started watching on Netflix. Oh God, what's it called? If I don't get the name. The Last Kingdom? Is it called The Last Kingdom? It's I think it's called The Last Kingdom. And it's sort of, I guess, I'm not really good at the history of this, which is pretty bad. But right, like the Vikings came to, well, what is now England, and it's all that. And but England has taken on the they've described it at one point with, yes, the Roman God, which is Christianity. But like they're all stuck up and ego about it. It's like, man, you guys act like you don't shit. But then the pagans have come in, and one in particular, actually he became a pagan because he was born yeah, English. Yeah, I have to watch the beginning again. But like just kind of living free, living a little bit, like learning how to kind of tame that a bit. But it's almost like two complete polar opposites. I just can't get how just egotistical. Like, anyways, it's interesting because I'm picking that up in this reading. I think it's called The Last Kingdom. Okay, how this affects your relationships. Messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. Yeah, you have to protect your energy. You really, really do. You know, how you communicate to people in your life can be many different ways. You can like just say something profound to a group of friends. Like, wow, I never looked at it that way. Or, but I feel like it's about how you step up and step into life. It's about how you step up and step into life. So that is the example. People think you're just learning how to be human. You don't really have it figured out. No, 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 no. This is like you're showing people how to be more human. What was really meant in this human experience. And so you play as a messenger to friends, family. Advice for you. Star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. Get into the stars. Do some stargazing. Do some absorbing of the stars. You need to get more. You guys are so cool. This is so neat. This is literally like you are a cosmic source. You are, but everyone is. I feel like you're almost like just trying to show everyone that you have this capacity to absorb cosmic energy, cosmic knowing, and to live it. But to keep, okay, Earth is very dense. It's a very dense energy. Oh, wow. This is interesting. So I had this sort of like a download when I was walking Lily this morning. And I was thinking about why the human body, why pretty much all bodies, they degenerate, you know, as they age. And why we need to sleep. Like sleep. Why do you need to sleep? And why do our bodies eventually deteriorate to the point that they die? Like these bodies die off. And I got this sort of this idea in my head, or download, whatever it was, that it's because the soul, the spirit from source, is such a high vibrational frequency that it actually starts to break down the DNA, the elements of the body. Because if cells regenerate and they reproduce based on what they were before, then they're brand new. So why do people end up looking old? Because there's a degeneration in that, like things occur and there's breakups in it. But why? And I just kept getting this message because the soul, the spirit, is such a high vibrational frequency that the human body can only contain it for so long. And in that containment, it does break down. But here, so it is important that you kind of try to keep this balance. And you absorb, you do readily. You are very empathic. So you do readily absorb outside energies from yourself. So it is important to protect yourself in any way that you feel that you need to do that. Now, the star bathing, this is almost like, okay, it's become too heavy, too much of the earth energy is kind of taking over the containment of you. So you've got to get out and you've got to kind of separate yourself from a lot of man-made objects, buildings, places, and get into the stars. Get into it. Even in the daylight, they're out there. They're still out there. You just see them at night. So you have to absorb this energy. And also by absorbing it, it also feels like it somehow activates you on another level, makes you more inspiring, makes you more connected to your own cosmic purpose. Your own cosmic purpose. Outcome if you follow the advice. The great serving. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Holy shit, guys. I feel like this almost feels like it could be collective, but only did the last part. This is really beautiful. No, I know what this is. This is not collective. I mean, this is for you. It could be collective because everybody has a second house. If there's something in that, if you don't have something in that, that in itself is a message. Venus, you're going to have a Venus placement somewhere, but this is beautiful. This is transforming anger, conflict, and softening it into love. It is almost bringing Mars and Venus energy together. That is a beautiful outcome. Oh yeah, no, I know what this message is. I've been getting a message that I need to do this reading, this layout for the collective. But I wasn't really getting a message on how to do it. So I think I know how now. I don't know when that's going to happen. I have a very busy schedule. Double mission. Oh, Lightworker Starseed, serve the world by being you and only you, and nothing that has been tainted. Not that tainted you. I know I need to fill it up, guys. I'm sorry. The bird feeder is empty. Just the door. The other ones are full. They're not starving, but they're giving me a hard time. Do I even want to do tarot on this? Yeah, let's bring this down a notch. Let's just bring things down to earth a little bit. I do feel like that you've absorbed energies that aren't yours. You've absorbed some energies that are not yours, that are affecting you. And this, the advice, this star bathing is to help cleanse that. It's activating something inside you. And even if this is just your personal life, turning anger and conflict into love, that's so beautiful. Because just how the effect that you will have on people around you, and then transforming that within them, and then them having an effect on people around them, and transforming that within themselves and onto others. Like, it's just beautiful. So who you really are, the cosmic heart. The Five of Swords and the Seven of Wands. Ooh. You really defend yourself against things that perhaps, or you hold a boundary. You hold a boundary to things. I'm really getting that. Oh, yeah, it's coming up here though too. But you have reason to do that with being an empathic starseed. You need to hold your energetic sovereignty. So you hold a boundary. The mask you're hiding behind. Well, I want to say, okay, so here's the thing. I want to say that I think, like, how people perceive you is you managed to find some pretty damn good success in your life, though, even if it seems like it's difficult to be human. Well, that's what's interesting, because this, you've got Justice, the Three of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Strength card. So people perceive you as having success, but I don't think you recognize success in the same way that other people see you gaining it. That's really curious. Strong success here too. Because I think your success comes from a different place. Now, this is interesting too, because there's no pentacles here. I really do think that there are some people that really do kind of see you for who you are, but I don't know that they understand why you do what you always do. And I think the answer here is partly this, why you hide your true self, the empathic starseed. You're like a sponge. But you see, okay, this is the trick, because you're like a cosmic sponge. You're like a divine sponge. But the way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to absorb the cosmos and leach it out into the earth. But once you've leached out, your sponge becomes empty. And if you are not careful, you will absorb energy from earth. Yeah, that's the whole, see, that's where you get the healthy Hierophant. And that's kind of, you know, the idea of the magician. So it is above, so be it below. Where there is the risk that if you do not have proper boundaries here, your sponge will absorb. Ooh, that's very detrimental, because that absorption can't go above. That I'm just getting full on. Yeah, no, you don't have to worry about that. What you have to worry about is yourself, because the cosmos, the divine, will not let that energy come out. It needs to be changed here. It needs to be changed here. So you have got to leach that out back to the earth. And then when you do that, you have got to allow yourself to absorb the sun, the energy from the sun. But yes, the stars, and I do feel that their energy is more profound, stronger in the evening, in the night, and absorb that cosmic energy to leach it out again into the earth. See, that's why you do things. I don't think people realize why you have the type of boundaries that you do, and why you do the things that you do. You may seem quite sudden sometimes, like, that's done, we're cutting that off right at the goddamn head. With the Five of Swords, that's my boundary, don't talk to me about it again. But from what I just described, that's pretty important. So, why you hide your true self? Empathic starseed, absorbing what's not yours. You have a path and you follow it. And yo, yeah, look at this. You are engaged in a very interesting balance between the different. This is a negotiation. You're a negotiator. You're an empathic starseed negotiator between the divine and the devil. Damn, this is so fascinating. You are a negotiator between the divine and the devil. If you don't play this right, the devil will get you. The devil's always looking for a spot, an opening, to see that the sponge has become drained, to get his energy in there. How this affects your relationships? Bringing harmony and balance. Hungry when I said that. When you end things, okay, this is cool, because I was kind of thinking this when I said bringing harmony and balance. I thought, okay, you have some pretty potent devotion and potency. You've got some pretty potent boundaries here, and it's like you will cut it out and you will defend that cutout and nobody's coming through it. Now, I feel like this is a message, because when things get cut out of our life, so let's say somebody does that to us, like, what the fuck happened? It's just like, that was it, it's all over. You know what? Rejection is protection. So that's also allowing those people to go on the path that they're supposed to go on. And I'm saying people because that's usually who we're dealing with in life. But so then these cards came out, and it's so significant. It ends cycles. So why? So how does this affect your relationships? It brings balance and harmony into relationships. And even if those relationships have been cut off. So the world, see, the end of that, the end of a cycle. And then what does it bring in next? It brings in hope, dreams, accomplishing those, finding them, and being inspired by them. It's new dreams and new inspiration. It cleanses. It does a cleanse. Because if you are also a sponge for something toxic, like if you have drained yourself and you're surrounding yourself around too much earthly energy as opposed to cosmic energy, then you are literally going to like seep that back out to people, which isn't good. You're supposed to keep working this way. But if it starts coming in this way, it's going to come out. It can't go up. It won't go up. The divine won't let it happen. I hear that. I can see like this lead shield that goes up over. Nothing's coming through it. So you're going to leech that back. It's almost, but on some ways, it's also a learning lesson for other people because it's giving them back what they're meant to look at. It's sending it back to them. You're meant to look at that. You're meant to look at that. And that can be situations where relationships get toxic but you know, there's a lesson in it because it's not going back up there. It's coming back right back to you. But then once you've given it out, you've got to get yourself into a space and you've got to protect your energy and you've got to purify it and you've got to fill your cosmic sponge. Fill your sponge with cosmic light. Advice for you. Four of Swords and the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands, star bathing, light body, crystal grid transmission, activation. Get that good stuff in the sponge again. Heal it. Heal the sponge and then be a communicator again. Whew, look at that. Heal the sponge and release. This is so awesome. I haven't pulled in a message like this in a long time. I like this. Okay. Outcome if you follow advice. Turning anger and conflict into love. Softening it into love. So outcome if you... Judgment. Holy bejeebers. You got judgment. I do feel like this is being... hearing your calling. Other people hearing their calling. It's like an awakening too. Woo, the stars at the bottom. And that's it. Yeah, cosmic. You've got to get this cosmic energy back into your sponge. Wow, that was such a reading. Yeah, I can see why I was not supposed to use it. Oh, escape dreams and fantasy. That might be important for you too when you do sort of your like your grid activation. Oh, that made me hungry. This reading really made me hungry, but I got to go do the extended. So I'm going to go do that. Serve the world by being you. Don't forget this underline. Lightworker Starseed, serve the world by being you. Don't absorb other energies. Only be you. Only be you. Only be you. Thank you, Taurus, for being you. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.